Hello, my name is Lauren McCann, and I'm a business owner, an entrepreneur, and someone who has spent decades working in the conservative movement. I believe in free markets, limited government, and our founding principles. My first job as an intern in college was working for an organization that was run by an NRA board member. I frequently attended Women on Target clinics, and eventually I got my concealed carry license. I believe in the Second Amendment and the constitutional right to bear arms for self-defense. But today, I come to you as a mother and a concerned citizen who is outraged by the entrenched political interests that continue to keep us from passing common sense gun reform. Common sense measures like red flag laws, universal background checks, and banning assault weapons, weapons that were designed for mass destruction, not self-defense. Like so many parents of elementary school children, when my daughter Kaylee was 6 years old, I had a conversation with her that left me speechless at bath time. She described the drills that she had done that day. Drills that she described were more dangerous than a fire, because you can escape a fire, Mommy, but you can't escape this drill. As they closed the blinds and they hid, they told her to hold her breath and keep as still as she could, and she showed me by holding her breath and clenching her body. It doesn't matter if we're uncomfortable, Mommy, because it's better to be uncomfortable than end up in the hospital when somebody hurts us. Why would somebody want to hurt us, Mommy? Mommy, if that really happened, I would be so scared, I would scream. And she started crying. I don't think I could stay still, Mommy. Why do we accept this impossible conversation as a normal rite of passage for first graders in elementary school? How do we explain what would cause somebody to come into an elementary school and hurt innocent children? Why do we accept that our schools are now designed to frustrate active shooters? Architects think about how they're going to place windows and doors and exits, the line of sight for active shooters, how they're going to incorporate bullet-resistant materials in our elementary schools. Active shooting drills and design security measures are examples of solutions to the wrong problem. I also come to you today as someone who has experienced family members in the grips of a mental health crisis. My family member, like 1 in 20 Americans, suffers from a severe mental illness, and during manic episodes has been arrested or institutionalized because of suicidal thoughts, and they were deemed a harm to themselves or others. According to the National Alliance on Mental Illness, 12 million Americans had suicidal thoughts in 2020 alone. Suicide is the second leading cause of death for people ages 10 to 34. I can tell you when a family member is in a crisis, what they need is mental health care and time. Time that we get through background checks and red flag laws and waiting periods to ensure that those in the heights of rage and paranoia or despair, that they're not making an irreversible decision that could cause harm to themselves or others. We must transcend our political tribes and elevate common ground solutions that prevent violent incidents from happening in the first place. The sad thing is that many of my fellow conservatives are stuck in what author and Professor Todd Rose has called a collective illusion on gun safety. Collective illusions are when we continually act out of our own best interests because we believe that others believe something different than they do. In short, we want to comply to the tribe. We want to make sure that our opinion aligns with our tribe when we don't actually know what the tribe believes. Conservatives believe that other conservative fellow gun owners are against gun safety measures. They worry in supporting gun safety that it will seem like they're for gun control, and so they stay quiet. That is despite the fact that multiple polls, including polls that were released by Fox News just a few weeks ago, have demonstrated that 88% of law-abiding gun owners believe in background checks, and a majority support raising the legal age to buy assault weapons and strengthening red flag laws. Just a few days after the school massacre in Uvalde, in 24 hours, 250 self-proclaimed Republican gun enthusiasts signed a letter of support for the bipartisan efforts to improve gun safety in a full-page ad in the Dallas Morning News. This number ballooned to over 600 Republicans in just a few days. But still, our collective illusions and desire to want to conform to what we believe our base wants keeps us quiet, which makes those that agree but stay quiet complicit. Who are you protecting by being silent? I urge all Americans who believe in responsible gun ownership to come out of the shadows and share your story. Now is the time to have honest, civil conversations, to break through the cycle of politics and break through the collective illusion and finally share our truth. We should all be free to send our children to schools, to shop for groceries, to attend events without the danger of gun violence. I ask our elected officials to have courage, to demonstrate leadership and enact reforms that a majority of Americans support. Reforms that reduce gun violence, that save lives and increase gun safety while respecting the Second Amendment. Thank you.